Hello traders, and welcome back to the Friday wrap-up, November 14th, 2014. Remember traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders got a lot to talk about today. We got over 16 daily charts we're going to take a look at. Coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Traders, it's the third day in a row. Bright blue, sunny skies, white sandy beaches. Oh yeah, we're going to be at the gazebo having a couple of cold ones today on a Saturday. Yes, traders, I am 12 hours ahead of you, so it is Saturday morning. All right, traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator through the Friday wrap-up, which we do every Friday after the New York close, about 4 to 5 hours, which brings me early into Saturday morning, and it's a pleasure to do that. I started trading in 2006 and 2008. I retired from the great public safety department in the great state of Florida. Got on a big airplane on a 3-month tourist visa to come to Thailand to celebrate my 27-year career. And traders, well, today I'm still here and I'm loving my second career as a professional Forex trader and educator. Traders, it's always great to be with you. All right, let's get going. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get the legal disclaimer out of the way. Forex trading has a large potential of rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most of all, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Traders commentary. Got a couple of things I just want to mention as we went through last week. One is the yen pairs. They are doing a lot of talking over there. Abe is pushing for a rapid election in December. The other issue is that they're talking about their second tax hike, and they're looking at 18 months, but that could end up happening sooner if this election takes place, as his coalition party, the party that's like against him, is in disarray. That party's having a lot of trouble. There's a lot of people within the party that aren't on party lines. So there's a lot going on, and it's been really soaking up a lot of the news throughout this week. So we must keep an eye on that. We had a lot of data out of the pound yesterday. None of the data was good. We had data out of the euro. Data was not good. I don't know how these pairs keep giving us up candles when we're getting this bad data out, but it's pretty funny. France had data come out, which was horrible, and they are what I'm quoting now, Trade the News, they are in a technical recession. So they were hoping not to get into that, but they are now in a technical recession. Yes, the Eurozone, my friends, is having its trouble. All right, let's get over 15 daily charts we got to look at today, so we're going to get through them as quick as we can. So so Bill can get to lunch at the gazebo and have a nice cold one. All right, here we go, traders. This is the euro dollar. This euro dollar means exactly where we expected it to be. It's at support. We're not getting any good numbers out of that, and the dollar is staying strong. What's happening now is liquidity in the markets are going to start to fall off. We've got maybe 3 weeks left of some good trading, and by the time December 15th, 18th comes around, folks, we're done till January 5th. The markets just go flat. All the market makers and market movers are in Martha's Vineyard, for the holidays, watching Santa Claus. So this is exactly where I expected the euro to be. The problem is that if you look at yesterday's close, you'll see that that's a higher high, and that took out 5-6 candles. This took out. So this is pretty interesting. If this was taking profit, or how this worked out, but this is pretty surprising on the data that came out yesterday and how horrible it was that this had rebounded, and the euro is strong. So it would be interesting in our next Asia session to see what's going on. Here's the euro Swiss. We would expect the opposite of the euro dollar, and this is in a nice range here on a daily chart. I'd be looking for this to break to the lower side and possibly give us a nice Fibonacci number, and we can take this back up. If this breaks resistance, you want to make sure you get a retest, and then we can trade it to the upside for those of you who trade the daily chart. As far as intraday trading, we're going to stay with the plan. This pair is bullish. It's proved no other reason not to be bullish, and that's the way that one's going to go. Let's come over here to the pound dollar. Here's a pound dollar, and this is just bearish. I can't believe how many pips this pair has moved this week. This thing is just tanking. This thing is not even moving. It is not even giving me an opportunity to do a fib, because it won't give me 2 candlesticks to the right, 2 to the left, right? So this is absolutely bearish, bearish, bearish. I'm wondering when it's going to stop and we're just going to get a pop to the upside, but I don't think that's going to happen. It looks like, the pound is just going to stay bearish, and it's got to be because of the data that's coming out of there. Here's a Euro-Yen chart, very bullish, bullish, bullish as we expect. Folks, if you don't have the dollar index chart on your platform, you can always go to the dollar-yen, and this will give you a pretty much identical chart as the dollar index, and it just keeps on giving us higher highs and higher lows. Folks, we're up to 117. I mean, we are just moving. I remember when we were at 111 and thought that was a big deal. Now look at where we're at. So this thing is just on the run. All right, here's an Aussie dollar. This thing has been a little funky lately. Well, it's always been funky. But this is, as we know, this is a commodities pair. We had a lot of data come out. Whether good or whether bad, we still had a lot of data come out. And this is sideways. But if you look at the last, 7 candles, we've had higher highs and higher lows. So the Aussie's been very strong. Again, we're looking at a bullish candle here with a nice wick on it, which tells me this wants to continue to the upside come the next Asia session. So keep an eye on that. Here's a New Zealand dollar, basically sideways on the daily chart. The only thing you can say is you're just gonna keep buying it. Just keep buying the New Zealand dollar. There's no reason to to sell it. There's nothing here showing that this wants to come back down. You can see that blue doji with that wick there. If that takes that out, I would have to say we have a change of trend here. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on this. This is pretty tricky here. And I would, I'd be looking at a 1-hour chart to be trading this. But yeah, it's sideways. And I totally agree with you. That sideways action is a lot of pips, so you can make pips in there on an intraday chart. All right, let's go over to the CAD. CAD looks like it's just doing a little bit of a little rebound here, a little retrace back. What a horrible day it had yesterday on Friday. And, to me, if you fib the last swing, this looks like this is probably just past the 50% fib, and this might just turn around and head to the upside. What candlestick pattern do we have at the top there? Look at that big blue wick we got there. Look at 2 candlesticks before that. Look at that decision, indecision, 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 decision. Yes, my friends, we have an evening star at resistance. We would expect this to come down. Here's a Euro Swissy. They came out. The Swiss National Bank came out yesterday and said they're going to hold their line on. Remember, they put a floor on this pair about 2 years ago at 1.20, and they're sticking to it. So next week's going to be fun to watch this. And of course, you don't want to trade this at all. Just stay away. Here's a pound Aussie, a lot of fun pair to trade. Puts out a lot of pips, puts out over 140 pips usually a day. This is a moving pair. It's now below the 200 exponential moving average. And, again, we go back to that Aussie strength and the pound weakness, and this is what you have. So I would be looking to sell these in an intraday chart as we move forward into next week. Euro Aussie did real well this week. You wouldn't know it by this chart, but it came to support on Thursday and came back up, and yesterday's candle ended with a red candle. Be very interesting to see what's going on. As long as this stays below that 200 exponential moving average, traders, I am gonna keep selling the Euro Aussie. Take a look at this. This pound yen is just on the way. I'm sorry, CAD yen is just on the way, and there's nothing you can do here. You know, if you're gonna trade the CAD yen, it's simple. Just buy it. Here's a Euro New Zealand, another pair I like to trade. It was sideways there for a long time. Look at this daily chart above the 200, very nasty. Broke that, and now is below the 200, and now it looks like it's going back into a sideways price action. Not too thrilled with that, but we'll see what happens. Look at that Thursday candle, that blue candle, long wick, right? Didn't work out, and we ended up, which I think is all about profit taking and position squaring and people getting out of the markets after the week. So this doesn't surprise me that we see a red candle here. Look at this Swiss yen. You know, the yen pairs, like, just sell the yen. It's just like, this is just like rocketing. I mean, just absolutely rocketing. You know, if you would have gotten into this off this bounce off this 200 EMA, I mean, you'd be doing high fives like all week. This thing is just moving, absolutely moving. While we're on the yen topic, let's look at another one. Here's a New Zealand yen daily chart. Look at this thing. Again, just absolutely skyrocketing. What does that say about the yen? Not a lot. So we just want to keep on buying on that. Here's the Aussie New Zealand. I don't trade this a lot. I haven't traded it, in fact, in a very long time. It's going to be very interesting to see what we see in Asia as we come towards this 200 exponential moving average. If you look left of the chart, this has responded every time, most of the time, to this 200 exponential moving average. Gotta say, I've got this on my watch list to see what happens here. This might end up coming back up to the upside, especially that the Aussie is strong now. But what else is strong? Yes, the New Zealand dollar. So, I mean the New Zealand, the Kiwi. So that is strong also. So, you know, we got strong against strong here. So this might end up sideways. We'll have to take a look. And here's our good old euro dollar. I don't understand this. I cannot make no logic out of this. I don't know why this pair is so strong. Their numbers have been horrible. There's been no good data out of the Eurozone at all this week. And they just keep on. I just don't know why this is like this. This should be like opposite. What you're seeing to the upside should be to the downside. I just don't understand this because the dollar is strong. I mean, you saw the dollar in the dollar yen chart. The dollar is strong. It's just on its move. Here's the Aussie yen, just a great pair to trade. Again, take a look at this daily chart. Just booming to the upside. Again, the Aussie is strong. The yen is weak as it's ever been. I think it's like on an 11-year low or something like that. I'm pretty sure I read that this week on Trade the News. Pretty interesting. But yeah, look at this Aussie yen. You know, you want to put that on your watch list, that's for sure. Let's see what happens in the next Asia session. All right, here we come over to the pound yen, the good old beast. The beast is sideways for some reason. So nothing more to say. I am bullish. You know, I'm only looking to take this to the upside. I would put a trend line on that, to be honest with you. And as long as it stayed above that trend line, I would continue to look on intraday charts to buy the pound yen. And here it is, the dollar index. The dollar index is absolutely sideways here on this chart. However, it did spike on Friday and then came back down. So this is going to be really interesting to see. So the dollar is basically stabilized, in my opinion. This just looks like this is stabilized and it's just resting where it's at. And we'll see how this goes in Asia. Really, it's going to take Tuesday before we really know what's going on. And but to me, it just looks like it's stabilizing and getting ready for the next move up. All right, traders, On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me on a Friday. Traders, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you at the next Asia session. Traders, always remember to trade smart and not hard. And coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Absolutely great, sunny, beautiful day. Traders, have a great weekend. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.